Hello, guys. Welcome to South Stand View. And before we start, please चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो, लाइक करो और सबसे पहले जो हमारे गेस्ट है आज जोएल डिसूजा, वन ऑफ माय फेवरेट कॉमेडियंस एंड प्लीज उनके चैनल को जाके सब्सक्राइब करो, उनके इंस्टाग्राम हैंडल्स, ट्विटर हैंडल्स और यूट्यूब चैनल तीनों मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल दिए। और जोएल का मैंने चैनल जो यूट्यूब चैनल का जो हैंडल है वो टाइटल में भी डाल दिया है, सो प्लीज जाके सब्सक्राइब करो उनको। एंड जोएल
This
अंधेरे में बैठे
this
हुए हैं।
sounded like some national level announcement. So respectful.
जोएल अंधेरे में बैठे हैं, लेकिन टॉटनहम इस साल अंधेरे में नहीं लग रहा है।
Yeah.
बहुत सारे
सच है ये.
चेंजेस हो गए, राइट? So just before we start, right, just let me know what are your like initial thoughts about this Tottenham team, man. I know we are all very happy to just see Tottenham play some good football, but what are you feeling?
Initial thoughts. I think it's uh, like this is not a new position. Tottenham has been. It's
Yeah,
not the first time Tottenham has started season where they're on the top. It's right. It's usually afterwards that they falter. But this time it's the same thing, right? So let's see. This year I'm trying. I think every Tottenham fan I feel has learned since 2020. I think especially after the whole Mourinho thing going up, then coming down, then with Conte also going up, coming down. So I feel now everyone's trained. So when they're up, I think because now every time somebody says oh Tottenham are some title contenders or whatever, everyone's like no Tottenham fan is saying it. It's
yeah,
everyone else.
yeah. I agree, man, Joel. और just like looking from outside, अभी टॉटनहम की टीम इतनी हैप्पी लग रही है। आई थिंक कॉन्टे सक्ड एवरीथिंग आउट ऑफ दिस टीम, राइट? कुछ कंटिन्यूअस नेगेटिविटी लग रही थी। व्हाट डू यू थिंक, मैन?
I think. Oh, is there a language preference on this, Hindi or
No.
English?
You
No.
can you switch. Hindi is more,
Oh,
of course, preferable. पर
okay.
English Hindi we can just switch.
ठीक है, ठीक. I think it went a bit further than Conte. I feel because I
Yeah,
think once Mourinho came, I think which Levy also said in the conference, right? It was like a. It's like now we have to win. Now we have to
yeah,
win trophies, and I think until uh, Mourinho came, the whole recruitment was done for an attacking manager, right? Like that's how all your players, like I think the biggest player, Ndombele, Lo Celso, and all. You don't bring that for a Conte or a Mourinho, and then it just kind of like Mourinho for he the games ran past him.
yeah,
So and and then Conte came, and then that Conte after he joined in November, he changed the team almost I'd say as much as Postecoglou has in the first 4 months. If you say Tottenham are playing very well, they had that big win against Man City. He was Conte was did that with the defense of Romero, Dyer, and Davis. Davis. I still like Davis pretty much. I
yeah,
would love to have him as a squad member. I think he gets the football better. Technically, Dyer also does understand football, but I feel his body just can't catch up with it. But the fact that he managed to get top four after coming in November with the defense of Dyer, Royal, Romero, Davis, and uh, whatever those five, it was
yeah.
commendable, and with Loris also.
Right.
So, so I so I thought like okay, with Conte, we actually got a Mourinho from like 2008 or someone, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened in 2022, man. I was very excited for Conte's start. I thought he was pretty good,
Yeah.
but then it just didn't come together for him. I thought it was just shit luck, honestly, for him. Like I just don't know what happened. But now I think again Tottenham has gone back to playing. It's a Pochettino kind of recruitment where you're going, you're preferring a style of a manager versus his resume, which
Yeah.
until now is working.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Actually, Conte मेरा ऐसे मुझे बाहर से ऐसे लगता है कि इट्स मोर अबाउट जस्ट लाइक बीइंग नेगेटिव इन द वर्क स्पेस, continuously calling players out, saying that they don't have heart, they don't have passion to play with each other, they don't want to play with each other. Or like who wants to go to a workplace where your boss calls you out every single time कि आप छोटी सी मिस्टेक कर दिया है, आपने एक्सेल शीट में गलत भर दिया है, तो मैं लैपटॉप छोड़ के भागूंगा, ऑफ कोर्स मैं कुछ काम करने का मेरे को मन नहीं रहेगा.
Yeah,
uh,
but I feel
yeah,
that squad also kind of deserved that. Like if you see the squad which the first they will at least talk about,
yeah,
which Tottenham have right now, with Vicario, Udogi, Romero, Van de Ven, and Poro, that's just a back five is completely different.
yeah,
They are a very modern back five. I'm not cutting Conte slack, but I'm
yeah,
also saying that he was playing with a defense of Davis, Dyer, Romero, and Royal with Loris, who can't you can't play a back pass. I get his frustration, man. Sometimes
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying he was a correct one, which he was not, obviously,
right,
but and plus, yeah, he asked for Skriniar or Bastoni, and like I think the club also didn't do well for him, and his big money signing like Richarlison and all failed.
yeah, yeah. But
So
overall, the same players, man, Joel. Of course, system अलग है, but the same players that we were thinking कि last year शायद काम नहीं कर रहे. Romero,
like which
because of course
ones?
Romero had to work with Dyer back then, so he was not really in his senses. तो उसको वो problem था ही. Bissouma,
But
man,
which all
he
players would you
Bissouma.
say? Sorry, huh?
Bissouma definitely. Bissouma, Pape Sarr. He did not use Pape Sarr as much as Postecoglou is using. Kulusevski last season also, of course, वो injury से बाहर आया था. But Kulusevski also last season, towards the end of the season, of course, towards those last 3-4 months of Conte, was woeful, man. He couldn't perform well. Uh, Too much reliance on Kane and Son probably. Son was of course misfiring because of his injury. But this team suddenly is looking so much better. The same signings that we had actually gotten for Conte, they are now performing probably much better. Pedro Poro जैसे आया था जनवरी में, जो 2-3 महीने कॉन्टे ने उसको खिलाया है, he wasn't looking as good, man. Both
But,
defensively and offensively.
I feel fair. Like I think Kulusevski was just off form last year,
Yeah,
and I think which even right now, like
yeah,
as much as he's involved in the game of blah blah blah, I
yeah,
don't think he is performing as well as he started in Jan 2022. Correct.
yeah,
So fine. I think everybody wrote off Kulusevski last season just considering he's in a bad form.
yeah,
Papes are sure. Papes are. I feel the biggest thing for him was basically Bissouma. He should have just played him. I don't
yeah,
know why would you not play him and play Højbjerg and Skip. Those two players, no man. I was never, frankly, a fan of Skip ever.
yeah,
Like he just didn't. I just thought he could do. He's a good ball retriever. He's a good runner. But like again, I think that kind of works when you have 40 possession of the ball.
yeah,
Other than that, yeah, I hmm, fair I think, but I think a lot of like I think right now he just has a fresher team. Like the almost the whole front line is new. The whole midfield is new. Again, fair. He still had Bissouma and Pape Sarr and all. He could have played them. So I think yeah, you're correct.
yeah. There is one comment, Joel. Is this Joel who plays chess? People know you for
Yes,
playing chess and not for your comments. Samay would be really happy here right now. Even
he
Sagar
must be
Shah.
gloating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll take some questions also later on. I've
sure,
star marked a few
sure,
guys जिन्होंने अभी questions पूछे हैं. जैसे जैसे वो
sure,
relevant conversation पे हम आ जाएंगे तब we'll take the things,
hundred
right?
percent.
But mainly, bro, Joel, of course, we talked about Conte, and we are now. I just want to ask you what's different in this team, और हम थोड़ा उसके बारे में भी बात कर रहे थे कि new attack, fresh midfield, fresh left back. Pedro Porro looks different. You have gotten a new centre back in, of course, Van de Ven, who has not just doing better for himself, but he's settled down Romero also now. Uh,
Hundred
all
percent.
of that, I think the buck stops at Ange. We'll talk about the players also, but your thoughts on Ange, man. Were you in for Postecoglou when the rumors started coming up कि हम Postecoglou को करने वाले हैं hire? Were
Like
you
I
in?
hadn't heard of him only.
Yeah,
The only time once in a while you'll hear was the whole. I think the Celtic versus Real Madrid game was the
yeah,
one
yeah,
kind of where he got viral, or you would say.
yeah,
But yeah, I never heard. I thought Ant's slot was closed, but apparently he had almost signed or something. But I was against Onslaught. I was not a big this thing because one of the biggest criticism against him was a lot of his goals were freak goals and wonders or something. Which I'm like in Premier League, you're not scoring a lot of long rangers. I just don't think that happens. I've never seen a team unless you're like Burnley or someone like the old Burnley where you just want to finish every attack so you don't face a counter, so you're just blasting in shots.
Yeah.
So, but Postecoglou came. But with Postecoglou, I think the more you read about him, the more confident you felt. Is I would say so, which happened slowly, slowly. And I think then the first pre-season game against West Ham
Hmm.
was just was like yeah, Tottenham lost 3-2, but it was such a it was like you it was just so stimulating to the brain to watch. I feel it was just so
या
entertaining.
मैं किसी को बोल रहा था तभी के इट फेल्ट लाइक ऐसे कोई बंदा जिसका बहुत साल 10 8 साल पहले ब्रेकअप हो चुका है 8 साल सिंगल रहा है देन अचानक से यू फाइंड समबडी जिसके साथ लाइक ऑल लाइक सेरोटोनिन डोपामाइन सब फ्लो होना शुरू हो जाता है बॉडी में इवन दैट बार्सिलोना गेम मैन वी लॉस्ट दैट ऑफ कोर्स बिकॉज आई थिंक प्लेयर्स गॉट टायर्ड टुवर्ड्स द एंड
Also, it was the
बट वो
second team
70
which went in.
it was our second team on 75 minutes we actually played so well I think better than Barcelona.
Yeah, for until 75 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
then that Jamal came and then he just ran through Dyer and Reguilon and it was over. But yeah, because Barcelona technically in the second half they changed their whole team,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So I
So
think, yeah, I think it remains to see because like what happened. Because I think the biggest thing Tottenham have is sorry, but the question was to Postecoglou. We'll
yeah.
discuss later. But yeah, I think that's what that was one my thing with Postecoglou. I think the more you read, the better you felt around him.
Yeah.
And one thing I finally liked about him as an appointment was it was like more like a Pochettino thing where this will be his biggest job ever. So for him, he would take this like, oh, I want to prove something or not. Whereas for Conte, Mourinho was like, I have won, y'all come to me.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Those are very perhaps go to PSG. I feel with that attitude where it's where
Yeah.
everyone hates each
At
other.
Tottenham it doesn't. At Tottenham it doesn't work. Especially like you need managers जो players को साथ में रख के काम करे. Harry Redknapp for example, Pochettino
Yeah,
for the example. Even for Pochettino, man, like if you ask me my opinion, Ange Postecoglou probably is the first manager in my 15 16 years of supporting Spurs जिसको before even the ball was kicked of the Premier League, like the first game week of the Premier League, I'd already fallen in love with this manager because the way he handled himself in the press conference, the way he handled the entire Kane saga, he kept telling कि Kane रहेगा तो अच्छा है, नहीं रहेगा तो भी I'm okay. It's eventually the team that's gonna work out. Preseason was so wonderful. Probably it's also because after Jose and Conte, we were like so down bad. Okay, anything little positive or something that we were ready to take. But this is the
yeah.
best that we had.
Also, this was the best season I feel to lose Kane into because I
Exactly.
feel tactically, obviously Kane is scoring 25 goals a season in any team, but
Yeah.
tactically where you want the main number 9 to run off the defender, and you know you get so less touches as a number 9 in Postecoglou's thing,
Yeah.
like where I just feel under Conte if there's no Kane, Tottenham would have been very bad. But I think in this system you just miss him the least. I feel.
Yeah. And he doesn't use the striker in like natural striker sense. He uses the striker to basically rip the defense apart or stretch the defense as much as possible so that your midfielders and wingers can then come into the play and then score
Yeah,
goals.
which I feel when you have Kane, he drops into the midfield, and now with
Yeah.
Tottenham already there's a midfield is so thick. Then you have
Yeah.
the wing back, fullbacks also inverting, so there's no place technically. So
Exactly.
it's better when you have a Son who can basically do frankly, he can just do two things. I would
Yeah.
say one is shoot and dribble, and also I feel because Son is losing his space, and so I just feel for him his this basically Son is following a trajectory of Cristiano Ronaldo, right? From left wing, he's shifting into the center because
Yeah.
it just catches up and all and blah blah blah. And I
Right.
feel for him this is brilliant. I think Tottenham next needs to get a left winger. So someone like obviously Matoma, you just can't get, but some there needs to be one more freak data recruitment like Van de Ven or something. But let's
Yeah.
see.
Brennan Johnson, bro. Brennan Johnson can be that player. I think with when he played against Arsenal, that 60 minutes, he was really good. Of course, first start for him.
Missed the.
Yeah, he
I think he
missed the
missed
goal
the
line.
goal against United. Okay.
Sorry.
He missed the one-on-one against United, I think.
No.
In the
United to be played before the transfer window got over. No, we signed him on the last day of the transfer window.
no, no, नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट के साथ वो जब खेल रहा
Yeah, yeah,
था,
yeah,
he missed
yeah.
the.
Yes, I get it. Yeah, but that's I think Brendan Johnson can be that player. मैंने कल ही tweet किया, bro. We should break the bank for somebody like Grealish, who can play on the left wing, who has that freedom to work, and he can take on defenders. Like by when I say Grealish, players like Grealish who can take on defenders, can take out fouls because we are looking really good on set pieces. हमारे apart from Kulusevski, I think on the left hand side currently we don't have anybody who can take on players. Richarlison is not that one. Perisic is injured. Salomon is injured now. And बचता कौन है फिर? Brennan Johnson सिर्फ अकेला.
Yeah, I feel like I think Kulusevski seems like a very like to like player for Grealish, I'd say.
Yeah.
Which, but the thing is, I feel on the left wing in under Postecoglou, I feel if you want a player, then that player technically has to have two things. One is space, and then the other is just one-on-one dribbling. I feel
Yeah.
because you don't really want the wingers to cut in here, right?
Cut in.
That's why it's
Yeah.
so frustrating to see Kulusevski again cut in, and it's like he's following his instincts. I feel whatever. So I feel you need like Grealish. I feel like I'm not a personally big fan of his profile also, unless like you make him play as a number 8 or something, then he can keep doing because Grealish is not even that quick. Someone like a Doku, I feel, who's so direct, who's basically I think the winger in Postecoglou's system, what is required of them is to dribble the ball to the goal line, whatever, and just cut
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's all. And Kulusevski doesn't do that. And I feel Grealish also won't do it. I don't know. I think you need more of somebody like a Doku, a Mitoma, or even the
Mitoma.
Real Sociedad's player like the I don't know what is
Yeah.
Kubo, I think. You
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
trickery winger on the left. I
और
just feel
जोटा
Grealish does
मैन
not have the
जोटा
pace.
जोटा who's now in Saudi, उसका वहाँ पे थोड़ा इशू शुरू है.
उसका I don't know what the thing is. Like I feel Tottenham already acted cheap on Solomon, who just does not have a high ceiling. I feel,
Yeah. I think
but
he was free तो
he
ले लिया.
and I feel it kind of makes sense. Like he is that profile who's like who'll dribble, who'll cut through, and all of those things. But I
Yeah.
think let's see. Hopefully, we get someone who's very
Yeah.
good on the left.
Right. Second, like now we're talking about players के कौन left में खेलेगा. Like you talk about Son, के Son का नया profile, I think he fits the best, right? Currently,
100%.
Joel,
Yeah.
your favorite 3 players at Tottenham, just current form के हिसाब से. I'm not talking about like Son was played well and all that before. Just like
I
name
I think
top.
I like Bissouma. I think he's my favorite this season.
हाँ,
One technically with Bissouma as the number 6, the defense while building up just becomes better
yeah,
because I feel like before when you have the ball, you pass it to Højbjerg who can't beat the press. He can't do anything basically. It's like you're passing into a pole. He
yeah,
loses the ball so often and all. So I think Bissouma is number 1 for me. Then Madison is number 2 for me. Then third, I think I would say Udogi for me because I feel Tottenham haven't had a good left back also in a while. I feel
yeah. Since
like they
that
tried
16-17 rows के बाद से नहीं था. 17-18 rows was like started falling down already.
100%. Like 16-17 when Tottenham had Rose Walker, but now this time again, Poro, I was skeptical about him because I was like, how will possibly make 2 wing backs into full backs?
Yeah,
But he's done it.
yeah,
So I think Udogi would be the third for me.
yeah. And
Which
somebody
I
had
was.
posted, bro, Brian Hill. We missed out on Brian Hill, who can also be a good player on the left wing now. Of course, we haven't seen a lot of it. He was really good last season for Sevilla. But it would be interesting to see whether he can turn around his career with Ange Postecoglou. Physicality is the main problem, I think. We have seen him like getting bullied over and over again in the league before. पर
With Van Hills, I think the main problem I have felt is like when you call him for the, matlab, he's a player I feel who has so much Tottenham vibes to him, right? Trickery,
yeah,
this drops the shoulder, runs, and also track backs. Very this thing. I
yeah,
think when you call him in the last 15 minutes, he's such a joy to watch, right?
yeah,
He's very snappy and all those things. But I feel over 90 minutes, I feel I don't know. I've never frankly seen him also 90 minutes in any another team apart from Tottenham. But whenever he's played, I also feel like I don't know. He never really makes his mark or something.
yeah,
Like I think so. For me, I would not bank on him right now
right,
because if tomorrow also that Brian Gill is following Ryan Sessigneur's injury path, man, they are never fit.
yeah,
That
yeah,
Ryan Sessignon, Lo Celso, Brian
yeah,
Hill, and
yeah,
all. So for someone to make a redemption, I feel they at least have to be available for 3 months straight, which neither Lo Celso have been, neither Brian Hill has been. But definitely his profile on the left suits.
yeah. Sorry, someone was at the door.
No,
But yeah, Brian Hill, man, I totally agree to your point here. If you ask me, my top three favorite players currently, bro, Madison definitely, because हमने Ericsson के बाद we haven't seen somebody like a good creator, and it feels like he's, I won't say better, but he's so different than uh, you know, Ericsson.
Ericsson would not carry the ball as much as I think Madison does. I feel.
Yeah, yeah. He his ball carrying is great. I think मैं कुछ stats देख रहा था उसमें I saw that he is fourth or fifth currently in the league in terms of ball carrying and that turning into either a shot or an assist.
Yeah, he's very
Kulusevski
good.
is the highest. Kulusevski is the highest currently with the
But
ball
also, I feel
carrying.
Kulusevski also carries it from more of the like Madison will act sometimes as another double number six beside
Yeah,
Bissouma and take the ball, and then he will like he really want. It feels like Madison has got the free role. I feel when we have possession, and I feel he really just likes he which I feel I would not see really much on Ericsson because a lot of times again Ericsson's number for Tottenham are off the charts and maybe it's recency bias, but
yeah,
I've seen the game go past Ericsson many times. Like I
yeah,
just see sometimes Ericsson it just feels like he has no, but Madison does not seem like that. I feel
yeah.
Madison feels
At
like
least for now it doesn't. Yeah,
So until now, whatever I've seen, I just feel that Madison. That's why I feel he will come as a left back, left midfielder, something. He'll take the ball, run with it. So for me, that's very like he's really bothered. I feel,
yeah,
but again, like Ericsson, I don't know. It's not fair to compare him yet.
yeah. Well, someone's posting hello from top of
The
the league.
yeah.
Uh, Bhuvan, yeah. So Joel, I saw your 442 podcast also the other day,
Hmm.
and you discussed the top four there, and
Hmm.
you just said that if we stay injury free, we can actually. If I'm not saying that we can actually win, but we can at least be thereabouts, right? We can be second with or third. Third, fourth, तो मुझे लग रहा है we can do any which way right now with the start that we have had. Hopefully, both Madison and Son, if they stay injury free this season, and nothing happens to, of course, Romero and Van de Ven, so that's too much to ask for.
And
But
Bissouma, I would say.
yeah, yeah. But
I
again,
think a lot.
Bissouma and Sar will go for AFCON, and I was just checking today. Hopefully, that won't affect us much because Everton, we are
Benton
playing, I think, Everton, Brighton, United during that period. United will also miss three players: Onana, Amrabat, and one more. Everton will miss two, three players. Brighton will miss their two, three main players, including that guy Adingra who scored against Liverpool yesterday, and their midfielder, the new midfielder that they've gotten. So all of them will miss out on the game. So I think that Afcon won't hurt us so much if we now stay injury free. I think second is a very realistic target for me. I think the way we are playing, because look at the stats, man. We have had the highest number of shots. We are playing with currently we have the least number of long balls played. So we are playing with very short passes currently. If you check our pressing, which is now the new term that they have called for, like press per defensive action or passes per defensive action, basically. Even there, we are like the highest. We are winning the balls in that middle third or the attacking third continuously again and again. So I don't see why we can't finish second with this form and like the stats that we have seen so far.
Yeah, I feel like again, like it's like if Tottenham's first 11 remains injury free, and
Yeah,
every other team like City and Arsenal keep fumbling with injuries, then
yeah,
Tottenham definitely has. But it's a very unlikely scenario. Like at
yeah,
some point, City will have De Bruyne back, and if De Bruyne is back, then they will have Haaland also scoring. So technically, City is now third with 9 players playing.
yeah,
So there is that. Arsenal's squad depth is way better.
yeah,
Than Tottenham's, I feel, because they are also deeper into that project. Tottenham's, I feel, squad depth, it's just so bad. So it's like that's what I feel like. Okay, it's like Madison goes and Højbjerg comes, it's done. Tottenham is just not scoring anymore.
yeah,
Bissouma goes, Bissouma again. Like if Bentancur is coming for Bissouma, then great. Then the quality is not drop. But if again, as of now, Bissouma goes against Oliver Skip comes again, it's gone. It's Tottenham
yeah.
can't play out from the back almost. I'll say.
Yeah,
Udogi
but
goes.
what Højbjerg adds, Joel, here is that I'll cut you. Okay, uh, what Bissouma does is, I think I've not seen so far Bissouma play a lot of long balls to the wings. Sometimes you need that. Like for example, against Liverpool when Højbjerg came in those last 10-15 minutes, or last 5-10 minutes
Hmm.
actually, he started bypassing the midfield and putting the balls directly to the wingers or the fullbacks who were making the runs inside, right?
Hmm.
Joe Bissouma will take time. Like he likes to carry the ball forward a lot of times himself. Sometimes against the teams when you are playing against a low block, you need players who can just ping the ball forward sometimes to just bypass the entire midfield. So in that
100%.
case, you can add, but overall, you can't like
But the
rely on
but
Højbjerg
the
too much.
but the trade off for Bissouma's all skills to Højbjerg, just one cross
Yeah,
country ball. Because I feel like Pape Sarr also switches play pretty often.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, I feel Madison too does everything brilliantly only. But
yeah,
it's like for example, like if Tottenham are playing against top six or top eight, I just feel like if Højbjerg comes, I don't think he'll even have time to make those balls because he moves like a truck, right? It's like a pura ghumta yaar. Matlab, there's no time. So against Liverpool also, the reason he could make was because Liverpool had nine
Liverpool were
people,
not
right? So
attacking. Yeah,
it technically felt like Tottenham was playing against Sheffield United that time because everyone was at the back. So that time he could do fair to him, but otherwise, I don't know. Like I don't know. It's you have to have more players. I feel and the reason is, let's say even technically the first 11 stays fit, then also I don't know. Like there's no plan B as per player. Like you definitely have Los Salso and all,
yeah,
but like Bharat has said. But
yeah,
again, man, the reliability issue is on him is shit.
yeah.
एक प्रोफेशनल फुटबॉलर अगर 90 मिनट टॉटनम के लिए नहीं खेल पा रहा है 3 साल में तो मतलब हाउ कैन यू बैंक.
लो सेल्सो को जर्सी के अंदर अर्जेंटीना का जर्सी पहना के भेजना चाहिए हमें.
I swear.
या फिर उसको
So
हिप्नोटाइज करके भेजना चाहिए कि ये यू आर प्लेइंग फॉर अर्जेंटीना टुडे एंड जाके खेल के आ जाओ, बिकॉज ही कंटिन्यूअसली जस्ट इज हमेशा इंजर्ड रहता है ब्रो टॉटनहम के लिए, बट इज ऑलवेज लाइक somehow just gets back from his injury whenever he's playing for Argentina.
yeah,
Which
and it's like before I used to be an optimistic fan. Now I'm no longer. So it's like now just cut losses. Like वो होता ना कि Ndombele का redemption arc. No, he's gone.
yeah, yeah,
Which I feel like Ndombele का, if Ndombele is gonna play 15 minutes in Galatasaray, then he rather
yeah,
play 15 minutes at Tottenham. I feel because at least for 15 minutes is very good.
yeah.
So I would say that Lo Celso तो है ही नहीं यार. He plays 45 minutes and he's gone. फिर वो अर्जेंटीना के लिए खेल के आएगा. फिर कोई उधर उसको I don't know. I feel you should just get rid of players like Sessegnon, this thing, and
Yeah,
rather promote an Alfie Dorrington or a Donley or something like
Donley
that. So
and yeah,
you're at least going ahead. You're seeing are they good? No, then you can get someone.
yeah. And
I don't
bro,
know. Like
Cestinone also, I think we could have sold him this season, but he got injured during the transfer window only. So we can't sell him now. And
He's good,
unfortunately,
man. I think when he's played, but it's like उसका muscles ही इतना ये कि I feel he
fragile
only
है.
doesn't have faith on his physicality now.
Yeah, yeah. I'll just take a few questions also. There's somebody asking, are you guys dreaming now? Bro, I don't think, like, if you ask any Spurs fan right now on Twitter, if you know any Spurs fan around, nobody's talking about the title. Nobody's talking about trophies right now. We are just happy that we are seeing good football and we are getting good results out currently, which we have been crying out loud for the last 3 4 seasons. Now, anything that comes on top of that is a bonus this season. Nobody expected us to be top of the league. Like, most pundits thought that since Kane was like, we lost Kane, we could probably finish 8th or 10th this season again. Uh, Nobody expected us to do so well. Now, problem only would be when, like, second half of the season, and we are yet to play teams like Brighton, Aston Villa, City, Chelsea. We are yet to play, and even Newcastle for that matter. Once we start playing these teams, I think towards the second half of the season, teams will start putting their teams out or tactics out to stop us and not to attack us. So far, nobody knew what Ange's system was. Of course, you have data and all there, but nobody expected Madison to do play in this role, or Son to play in that role, or Bissouma to to do so well this season. So now, for example, if you watch Arsenal versus City yesterday, bro, it felt like chess, man. It didn't feel like football. It's just like trying to neutralize each other's attacks rather than actually trying to attack yourself. uh,
Yeah.
Teams will start putting their, like, now other clubs will start putting out their teams and tactics to just do that once we move to
Which
the
I think
second.
they've already started doing. Like
Yeah,
Rumo Luton has said they can't do anything.
yeah,
But like if you see Sheffield United also, they had come with
yeah,
a proper game plan. Tottenham attack with 2-3-5.
yeah,
Okay. To- Sheffield United changed their formation and they were playing with 5-4-1 or 5-3-2.
yeah,
Burnley also after the first half, they again took one midfielder off and they bought another something. So
yeah,
which Tottenham found breaking. What do you say? Sheffield United too tough. They need record 100 minutes.
yeah,
But I don't think it's that easy. Also, I feel to because I feel it feels like when you have five players in attack at almost all times, right?
yeah,
It's like then the opponent team always has to be pinned back. Otherwise, they have to go for the game 50-50, which is hard to do against Tottenham apart from the top 16 because I feel just the other teams don't have that quality.
yeah,
Okay, like this is a place I would want to be optimistic. I don't feel like Tottenham is that easy to prepare against because like Burnley, I think tried to go 50-50 against Tottenham and they got destroyed because you can't do what you can do in the championship, right?
yeah,
So, and I feel if you sit back against a team which has 60-65 possession of the ball, then you're trying to do what Conte and Mourinho did with Tottenham, where you're like, you're just sitting back, sitting back, sitting back, and you just give up. You lose most of the game, I feel, and
yeah,
which is what's happening with teams that have faced Tottenham also. It happened to Sheffield. So
yeah,
it happened to Liverpool like that because I think the mental fatigue is just so high.
yeah. And one lapse of concentration for like a one moment, and then you have considered a goal, and now you can't come back.
Exactly. What's their name? Like even with Sheffield, they almost got it, but it's like 108 minute when you have a goal, then you're so frazzled because you do not know what to do. And that's why I feel Tottenham will score a lot of late goals because also I feel when you have the ball, you're less tired because you're not running as much, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You have the ball more, also running where you're also feeling good about the game. भी
yeah,
ओपोनेंट टीम के पास ऐसा 17 मिनट पूरा 90 मिनट में गेम में बॉल है दे गोना हेट इट सो आई फील
yeah,
टॉट इट्स जस्ट लाइक हाउ the only way you prepare against City is by coming to them and saying that we're not gonna play football with you,
yeah,
right? So I
yeah,
feel you just can't over there. I would say that's why I feel Tottenham have not gotten sucker punched by a lot of teams that sucker punch them.
yeah,
So I feel that. So because I like even like if you see Brighton and all, they're very good under possession and shit. But like even their quality at the end of the day, like their defense is not that good man to man. If you
yeah,
see,
yeah.
like
And
SCPN has
like
gone.
against Liverpool also yesterday, we saw both the goals that Liverpool scored basically came from their mistake itself, like Brighton's mistakes only. Trying to play out of the
Yeah,
from the back when your teams like Liverpool, one of the most pressing teams in the league, and you trying
they
to
are too good.
play out of the back, you are gonna make mistakes here and there, right? Before we move, bro, there was one super chat, so I will just take Jai. Thank you so much for your contribution. Yeah. So there's one more question. How are you guys feeling going into international break on first position? General Trossard, we were just talking about that. Uh, General, like just like we are just relieved that we are there. We're still unbeaten. So we now have a cushion going into the season. Okay, even if we lose a few games, we are not going to fall by much because now United and Chelsea can't afford to lose any games at all, man. If they lose one, they are like out of top 10
Half the
now.
points, yeah.
Yeah, they're
United
out.
are so bad. United are
Yeah.
so bad. I feel it's like they have a. It's beautiful. Like Chelsea, I mean Chelsea has a. They both are so bad. I haven't seen you. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't. United can only beat. I feel the other next drop 10 teams. Otherwise, it's like Casemiro is being run over all the games. He's that against Crystal Palace के against था ना ये game? नहीं किसके
Yeah.
against था?
This one was against Brentford, bro.
हाँ Brentford के against.
Yeah.
I think the starting centre back were Maguire and Johnny Evans. I think,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
was like, man, that's a championship defense straight up.
Bro, Maguire actually had a good game. Lindelof had a really bad game. I saw that game. Onana looks like so bad. He looks like Golini, bro. He looks like Golini.
Golini, I just feel Tottenham fans. It's like they're the first one. Golini, I think he started well only,
He started
but
well,
then
but then like like what do you call it, soft wrists, not being able to anticipate a few things.
yeah.
Uh, Onana dived late again. He touched the ball and yet he let it pass. Uh, if you saw that game against, I think the Champions League game, right, where they
Galatasaray.
Galatasaray, yeah, the last goal, if you see the Icardi one that he
Yeah,
scored,
he, he
Onana,
chipped
such a
from like
bad.
yeah.
It wasn't even a good chip, man. It felt like an average chip. But
Like I just feel it's like Pirlo has said. Basically, I feel keepers when they're just under so much pressure,
yeah,
they just overcomplicate things. I feel for themselves because as a keeper you have 3 or 4 actions right in one
yeah,
match,
yeah,
and in that, if Icardi is just gonna put the ball in it's like a penalty kick. You have to guess where it's gonna put.
yeah,
So if he puts it in the center and you jumped, you look like the biggest fool on earth. But I just feel like you just can't do anything in the league. I think long term, if you don't have a settled back four, back five, which
yeah,
if you see any club which is doing well, they have I think Newcastle have a settled defense and a keeper. Tottenham right now
yeah,
I have. United don't. Every मतलब लोग का हर मैच में उनका बैक फोर बैक फाइव इज अ लकी ड्रॉ.
yeah,
So you do
yeah.
not know what you're
Injury bhi
getting with
hai.
them.
I know that they have like suffering from injuries also, but like it's a part and parcel of the game, man. You can't like tomorrow if Romero or Van de Ven, one of them get injured, we are screwed. Like then we
Hundred
have
percent.
Dyer coming, and then Ashley Phillips or Dorrington, who are like too young to like step up and actually take the responsibility. So United though it's gone. Chelsea, I still feel
But I
like I
feel
mean,
United's
yeah,
even best four is sorry. We'll get to Chelsea, but United's
yeah,
best four is also their best left back might be who Regulon or Luke Shaw. Both I do not know who's better or worse. Regulon, Regulon I initially liked in 2020, but whatever happened to him.
yeah,
Like Regulon fits United. I feel he's a very normal modern left back who does not who can do whatever he's been doing. I don't think his coaching you can coach him into invert or outward. I feel he knows how to. He's got a very good cross. He's put good number of crosses for Tottenham, but
yeah,
whatever. Then Lisandro Martinez and Varane. I do not know how good they are also, but at
right,
you can argue they are good. But I just can't accept the fact that Bissaka is a good right back. He's defensively good, but it's like now in this day and age, if you want to win, then you need to be your better skills almost have to be in possession rather than off possession.
yeah,
Because if you're a right back, he does not have any. He's not gonna put in a ball like a Trent or even a Poro, I feel, right?
yeah,
So he's
yeah,
gonna get Poro's on the ball skill, he beats the press so well sometimes,
Yeah,
which Bissaka can't. So that back four is pretty limited, I would say.
yeah,
And then you have Onana, who's gonna require a lot of everything going correct for him.
yeah. And the midfield looks bad. Casemiro, he looks so old right now. Like, of course, the age has caught up, man. They say he looks old. Like, and bro, this season he's already like for United, he's already got like 3 red cards since last season or something. Uh,
But the
and
midfield isn't the worst, I would say. Like you
it's
have
not
like
the worst.
Bruno.
Yeah, but
It's a
Mount they have
winger's
bought
worst
and
shit.
yeah, Mount they have bought. I don't think Mount is that player, bro. Who you spend like 65 million pounds on. Uh,
Mount is more similar to Pape Matasar, right? He's like the number
yeah,
eight who will do a little bit of everything. He won't
yeah,
score many goals. So Mount and ideally Amrabat should make sense because I feel they'll cover enough ground. Then you have Bruno Fernandes and then you have Ericsson and all to cover it.
yeah.
But on the left, right again they have no quality. Rashford is what Son is on a bad day. I feel so. I don't think what Rashford is up
Rashford,
to.
I think last 6 season is just going on about his like potential only that he has great potential. But
Yeah, but
that
last season he was
potential
very
hasn't.
good.
Last season he was good. Like it's the thing that no consistency. I think the last time he was good was just pre-COVID. Then 2 years of COVID he was just as bad. Then last
No, but I
season he
think
was good.
last season he had around 18-20 goals
Yeah,
something.
yeah. So it's like inconsistencies continuously. Like one season good, 2 seasons
Yeah.
bad. Again, last season was good. Again, this season he's been so poor so far. Somebody
Also,
is
it's like when you
saying,
play Rashford. Sorry.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Also, I feel when you play Rashford, then it's like I don't think he's a selfish player as such, but I think he does not have the game IQ only. Like, see anything. Son also does not have a high game IQ, which you can see Kulusevski have or someone, right?
Yeah,
Kulusevski has, you can see Udogi have, you can see Pedro Porro have. Like they see
Madison.
the game, yeah, like a Madison has and all, right? Son, like that's why he does not do well in this system where he has to do something. That's why he's very great in counter where he just has to take the ball, run and do it,
Yeah,
which I feel is similar with Rashford. I don't think he's an intelligent footballer because I've never seen him make a good pass or sometimes like he's like he can do two things. If he does not have those options readily available, then he gets very frazzled.
yeah.
Like you need wingers like how do you say you need winger like Grealish, Bernardo Silva, and all to be I don't know. Rashford will be interesting to see what happens. It's great though to
Yeah.
watch United like this.
Yeah, yeah. I think after a very long time, we are seeing United like this, and it feels much better because we're sitting at the top and we're looking down at United to see perform so badly. Before we move forward, man, whoever's still on the stream, please like the stream. Whoever's joined अभी जोएल है हमारे साथ आज जोएल का यूट्यूब चैनल इंस्टाग्राम हैंडल और ट्विटर हैंडल मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल दिया है सो प्लीज सब्सक्राइब टू जोएल one of my favorite comedians will like his content a lot and of course he's a Spurs fan uh,
Hmm.
yeah we talk about man Chelsea of course United तो मैंने हमने बात कर दिया uh, just 2-3 things man of course Chelsea we have to talk about Chelsea and Arsenal City we have just gone like we have been waxing lyrical about them for the last 3-4 seasons continuously कितना भी बात करो वो हार गए लेकिन दे विल आई थिंक बाउंस बैक नाउ रॉड्री विल कम बैक नेक्स्ट टाइम and they will do what they do. They know what to do. Uh, Sit Chelsea and Arsenal, two London rivals. One, of course, with us at the top currently, unbeaten again, same point, same goal difference. And then second, it's basically Chelsea, who's really struggling so far to just score the goals, man. मैंने चेल्सी के सारे मैचेस देखे ऑलमोस्ट सारे मैचेस देखे इस सीजन में it's not as if apart from like the first 2 games liverpool ke sath I think both liverpool were not so good chelsea were not so good I guess
Hmm.
uh, after a point I think chelsea started doing well they have been building up nicely nicholas jackson got I think 1,000 chances to score at least 500 different goals this season but somehow he has only scored two uh,
Man, reminds me of Richarlison.
yeah very poor temperament in front of the goal. Sterling, I think one match that he really played well against was Luton, where
Luton,
he
yeah.
ripped them. Yeah, he ripped them apart with his pace. And then yesterday, on Saturday when they played against Burnley, he played a good. Like the second half was really good. First half, it's the same thing, trying to step over, going to the byline, not doing much after that. Cole Palmer, who has now come into Chelsea team, who's looking sharp. He's looking like a decent player. Of course, very young. We still have to see like where he goes now. My problem is second half of the season, their main players will come out of injury, man. Which is Nkunku. I think will come back by January. Caicedo is now looking to gel
Yeah.
into that team. Then I think Lavia also will come by February in like the next 2 months or something. And now then it suddenly looks like the team that Chelsea had bought. तो ये सीजन तो शायद वो अच्छा नहीं करेंगे बट नेक्स्ट सीजन ब्रो इफ दिस टीम स्टेज लाइक दिस and adapts to Poch's system, which I know that he's a good manager, he's not a bad manager. Next season onward, Chelsea again will be a very tough team to beat. उस हिसाब से देख
Hmm.
रहे हैं our best
Chelsea का
chance
तो
top four and or the league also.
वो Chelsea.
No, no, for
No, I feel
us,
yeah. This is the most. This is the if Tottenham in the most bizarre scenarios go on to win the league. I think
yeah,
this is the only season they can do. Next season again, Chelsea will be a better this thing. But I think Chelsea have bigger problem in ownership, man. Like
yeah,
you think, like they have bought like again they have all the players in the world, all the midfielders in the world, but they don't have a number 10.
yeah,
Um, then Chelsea are creating a lot of good chances without James, but are not able to convert them into goals. What will happen? Yeah, yeah, and they don't have a striker like Nicholas Jackson for whatever. Like they still don't have a proper striker who can put in goals. And I do not know how many teams can go on without a proper nine. Like I feel
yeah,
United just look better since Hoyland has come, right?
yeah. It's only City who can do it without a proper striker or somebody like Real Madrid.
Yeah, and the thing is, even I think Tottenham once they got Son in the center, it just ticked for them even better.
Yeah,
So I do not know Chelsea ka. It's bizarre. I feel they don't have a number 10. They like even like left back. Who's their left back? Ben Chilwell, right? Ideally.
Ben Chilwell, yes.
So the number 2 is Cucurella, who I don't know what's happened to him. So I think they
Now
have
he's playing
a
because Chilwell is injured. Chilwell is injured, so he's been playing. I think last two games Cucurella only played for them.
cook
First time
cook.
since March they won 2 games on the trot in the league. They look so
Yeah,
bad. This is not the Chelsea that we know. Like since the time that we have started following football, Chelsea weren't this bad. Probably one
yeah, because
season
I've
under that Jose, when they finished eighth, and the next season under Conte they
they won
won
it.
the league again. Yeah, but last season they were bad. This season they're
I
looking.
think it's ownership model. I feel you just don't get Frank Lampard to end the season. It's just dumb. I feel.
Yeah,
Frank Lampard came, and then before that, who was Graham Potter? Graham Potter
yeah,
seemed like a smart one. Honestly, I thought he would do very well, but then I don't know what happened there. So I would let's see what happens. I don't think Chelsea because I don't think a miracle can just happen. And Pochettino also takes time with this squad, right? Even with
yeah,
Tottenham, I think he took almost 1.5 season for them. Like the first year with
yeah,
Tottenham, they finished fifth and all. The
yeah.
next season, when everyone, so perhaps they obviously Chelsea will do better, but I think it won't be that straightforward. Like Nkunku just comes back and they'll fire. I feel.
Yeah, yeah. So see, Colville is playing as a left back. Kukureya is playing as a right back. Colville, I think, is a centre back if I'm not wrong, who's being
Yeah, he
played
was
at the
with
left back.
Brighton last year.
Yeah. So every decision looks different. Pochettino को bro पता ही नहीं था कि कोल पाल्मर को खरीदा है. उसने उसको पूछा प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में on the like second last day of the transfer window के what do you have to say about Cole Palmer, and he said who.
No, I don't think it
उसको
was Cole Palmer. It was some other goalkeeper. I think.
no,
Was it
no,
him?
it was Cole Palmer. He did not know that
Oh.
Cole Palmer was getting bought at all, and it just looks so bizarre. The 7-8 year long contracts. What if the players don't work out, man? How are you going to move them out of the club now? It's just
See, I
looking
think
so bad.
that's because I feel what's their name? Like Chelsea, they got great money for their players, right? Like they
Oh
got
yes,
great
Mount,
good money on.
Havertz. Who
Uh,
else? These two, though, I definitely know.
like
But
Koulibaly,
they
they got
sent, yeah, they
Kante and
sent
all.
2 players to Saudi also, if I'm not wrong. Kante, they so,
Mendy.
yeah, yeah. So
So
they're
it just
getting good
feels,
money.
yeah, and it just like, so I feel like the longer contract, unless they get what do you say, players like Ryan Sassin or Lo Celso, who are
Yeah,
forever injured, a longer contract at least helps them get something.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, because I feel, yeah, I think it's a tricky one because I think they're the first team to do it, but also that Todd Bowley is also insane. Anyways,
yeah. It's like weird American brain coming into the English football, and he does not know what to do. It's not like he will be able to trade players like they do it in American football. That just I'm trading this card with you, and just give me this player instead of this. It's not gonna work out here, right? But
also Pochettino, I do not know, is more like a manager. I feel who does well in limitations, which he did what in Southampton and Tottenham. When
yeah,
he's given every player in the world, I think he just does not know what to do.
yeah,
And he's not a young manager anymore, right?
yeah,
He's no longer a prodigal manager, whatever it is. He's like now he has to. If now he does not do well with Chelsea, then which
yeah,
club does he go next to?
yeah. वेरी वियर्ड
So
ट्रेजेक्टरी आई डोंट थिंक वो ग्रैम पॉटर इज नाउ वो पोचेटिनो को मुझे वो मिल्खा सिंह जैसे लगता है ब्रो मिल्खा सिंह पहले वो एकदम विदाउट शूज भागने की आदत रहती है उसको और ये सब और उसको पहले दिन स्पाइक्स देते हैं तो उसको पता नहीं होता है मैं क्या
uh,
करूँ इस स्पाइक्स का which is which is a better thing to do when you are running but you just don't know how to use them or how to run with them तो
yeah, it's like his choice of clubs to go. Like Chelsea is not a bad choice for him now, but for him to go to PSG, then be out of work for 1 year. Like ideally, he would have actually done well at Arsenal. I felt with all the
yeah
young, but I don't think he would go. But now he could have gone also. He went to Chelsea.
yeah
But interesting, I feel decision to
yeah
go to PSG
yeah
and not winning the league there. Blah blah blah. So let's see what happens. PSG
Ye-
is a shit club, anyways. So
yeah
it's a different one.
yes. Anyway, like towards like some of the last questions, bro, because I know you've been also been busy and you have to work on your material, etc.
No man, it's cool.
First thing,
I'm
bro.
yawning. Don't take that as anything. It's fine. We can do
No,
it
no,
as long.
bro. Sony as captain. I'll give you my 2 points about this. Right, last season, especially last season, it looked like there was a click or there was a like an inner circle amongst the team. वो football manager में होता है ना ऊपर like you have that
Yeah.
most influential player group and like
Yeah.
influential player group ऐसा. So it was I think it felt like Kane, Loris, Eric Dyer,
Dyer.
Højbjerg, right? It felt like they have this inner circle. They called it the leadership group, but it
Yeah.
felt like they were the inner circle. Most photos that we saw on a bus drive or like at a flight or anything
Hmm.
when they were training, it's just like these 3 4 players being together. Doherty also was one of them, probably because they used to play cricket or golf or whatever. But rest of the team just felt so distant from these 3 4 players. Now suddenly with Son as captain, he's just like with everybody. And Son generally is not part of any groups or something. He's just nice
Yeah,
to
he
everybody.
seems. Yeah, he seems very like he's indifferent to what a gang wars or something. And I
Yeah,
feel that was very bold from Postecoglou to make Madison the vice captain
yeah,
because it's like suddenly he's come and say, I do not know what your hierarchy is, but this is what
yeah,
it is. Because
yeah,
otherwise, I feel if you're still stuck to Højbjerg and Dyer and all of those things, then it's like it's not going ahead, right? So I think that's what somebody asked Postecoglou, what you have done is very different. It's like, yeah, because if you want things to be differently, you can't go back and again. And I know you're a Højbjerg fan,
yeah,
but I don't. It's like I always feel like if you're if that player is good or whatever, you'll be like, will any of the top three teams take him?
yeah.
And I don't think anybody takes Højbjerg. I don't think he goes into
True.
Arsenal. He goes into Liverpool. He goes
No.
into perhaps a team like West Ham, I would say.
Or
But
probably
any team which
United.
then right any team which wants to have 60% possession of the ball does not even look at Højbjerg. I feel
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. So I feel so I think
No,
it's
but I
great.
agree
All of
because last season Højbjerg, I really liked Højbjerg because I didn't know what Bissouma and Sar could do. Whatever it was we had last season, I think he looked like best for that particular style of football. mopping up the floor, just being there in the midfield, being always available for like all games, playing all
Yeah,
90 minutes, right? But
he's
you
a
can't
very, he's a
win.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
win something with these players. They are just like good enough to take you to top four or probably top six, and not
Top four
beyond that.
also. It's like even like I think he was like again Conte would have just two midfielders. So fair to him, he also barely saw the ball for them to every
Yeah,
game they're getting overpowered. But
yeah,
it's like so many games that was just Bentancur, uh, like uh, uh, giving him like a rescue
yeah,
row from the press and all because but like even Pape Sarr I know like perhaps this is my most unpopular opinion till now. Like I know a lot of people are praising him and all, but I think it also remains like I'm not like I don't think he's 60% the player also Benton Core is. I feel
yeah.
he's still I
True.
feel very he's too young
Yeah,
and I don't think
too
he should be
raw.
starting every game
Yeah,
because I think even again Luton if you see I think at the, around last ka 5-10 minutes something there was time when he could have released the ball to Vellis or Richarlison whoever was running number 9 he did not so I think वो उसका और बिस्मा का भाईचारा है तो लोग दोनों एकदम प्यार प्यार में खेल लेते हैं
yeah,
but like again I'm perhaps you just need a player like Papa like his ball retention is very good and all
yeah,
but I feel once Bentancur comes I think again this because Bentancur does everything man
yeah,
which is so let's like I think Papisar had a good game against Luton. I feel he had a good game against United, but then he didn't have that good a game against Liverpool.
yeah.
He
He
didn't
was
have
good
a
against
he's
Arsenal also. Like good in the sense he was better than average. If he didn't have a bad game. Like you go into
100%.
Emirates, probably first away NLD. Last time Sar didn't play, I guess, the last
Yeah,
away NLD. So first NLD as a 20-year-old player, and you go there with like you generally can. Like Udogi had like a bad game for the first 40 minutes against Saka.
Udogi I didn't think he have a bad game, did he?
Bad in the sense like not like it was like if you draw a line like an average line, Udogi was just below average, where Sar was like for the whole game was like above average. Udogi then picked up and then suddenly became better and better. Shut down Saka. I felt that probably Saka's injury played a part into it. So I was like really scared to see Udogi how he shuts down Salah.
Udogi's
And it's a
problem I
way
feel
for
was
Salah.
being उसको जल्दी येलो कार्ड मिल जाता है and then he has to play call because I feel I've never seen any winger eat him up till now.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Saka came, and I do not know about the injury part, but I didn't see Saka do anything. Like even that goal he did was such a disgrace. It was just shit luck.
yeah, yeah,
Salah also he changed wings. I'm not saying he
yeah,
changed wings exactly because of Udogi,
yeah,
but never seen him getting skinned in a one v one or something. So I feel Udogi's bad game is also his bottom ceiling is so up where
yeah,
he just like because I feel uska attributes ही है कि like even Mickey Van Den you see these two
yeah,
players are so unrealistically quick. Like I've seen
yeah,
Mickey Van Den get मतलब cut in a 1v1 but then again he chases the ball and he flicks it out. So
yeah.
it's like you have to cut him two times, which is very hard to do because considering Vicari is also playing such a high line and all.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's
I
see
was
what
seeing that.
happens with.
Yeah, I was seeing that stat, bro, because you mentioned Mickey Van de Ven. Van de Ven currently has, I mean, Saliba and Van de Ven are one of those players currently who has less than two fouls so far in the league, and who have had less than two times players dribble past against them. Only two players currently in the league. Uh, which is like, and Saliba was last season also so good.
He's very good,
Both
yeah.
of them, both are like 22-year-old. Both have like great pace into their system. They have like great physicality, strength, good reading of the game. So I think one of like I don't know who could be the signing of the season right now. It's Madison. You can say Udogi, of course, bought last season but was on loan, so he came this season.
Mm,
Van de Ven looks so good. Like Brennan Johnson can turn out to. I think the recruitment has definitely changed at Tottenham, which is a sight for us so like so rise. Okay, after years of I finally have something so good. Van de Ven also Liverpool were scouting him for a very long period, so it felt like he might go there because Van Dijk probably needs somebody to play alongside him now. Matip and
yeah, but it's like for Vanderson and all, like when you're a 22-year-old defender and all, I
Yeah,
think for Tottenham, a lot of destination were easier was because if you're a good player, you just walk into Tottenham's first 11,
yeah, yeah.
right? It's
True.
just that like next season it's going to be more difficult for Tottenham to get players because you're not coming and directly being a left back, right? You're not coming and directly being first choice center back.
Yeah,
You're not coming and directly being the first goalkeeper. You're not gonna
yeah,
come and be the first right back. I feel
yeah,
now the only spot to be taken is the Pape Sarr spot. If you see, like
yeah,
it's basically how Tottenham had it with Harry Kane. Like nobody's gonna
yeah,
come and just like
yeah.
and the only I feel Tottenham
That's why
have.
when Bharat mentioned that we should have bought Tapsoba as well as Mickey, I don't
Yeah,
think now Tapsoba comes into Tottenham because now he's not guaranteed the first 11 place.
exactly.
Now we have to go for players like that Burnley defender Kelly, Josh Kelly,
Ha.
like who can then actually become that player, learn under Van de Ven and Romero, and then take up that step whenever they get the chance. Somebody like Ashley Phillips. And it's not as if that Tottenham can offer wages like City, right? In City, somebody is ready to sit on the bench for like the whole season, like Calvin Phillips.
No, I
It
think it's
does not.
more than the wages. Also, it's like when you're playing for City and they're
Yeah,
like, "Oh, we'll rotate the team."
yeah. Lloyd Kelly, sorry.
City is not gonna lose in the first round of Carabao or first
Yeah,
round or third round of FA, and will
yeah,
go deep into Champions League and all. So
yeah,
if Tottenham play 38 games and let's say
yeah,
another 8 games or
yeah,
12 games in another cup, City
yeah,
definitely play 25 more.
yeah.
Right. So I just feel like a player is also like, okay, if somebody gets injured or something like that,
I'll get the chance to play.
you just get the chance more. I feel, which
Yeah,
Tottenham don't, unless. So I just feel like next season will be very hard. Next season, I think the only positions Tottenham will be find it easy would be to on the left wing,
yeah.
uh,
Striker.
and I think the striker again. I think you have to. I'm actually happy with Wellies for now. I feel he seems good
Yeah, the
for
five-minute
now.
cameo
Yeah.
against Luton, I really liked.
Yeah,
Against
he's
Liverpool, he
like
did not get much of the ball which way. But when he played against Luton, the last 5 minutes, he was like his jumping reach is very high. He's physically very strong. Goes for those first ball, second balls. So
yeah.
yeah,
So Tottenham, I don't think will be in the market for a number 9 next year because again they have Son and Wellies.
and then Dane
So
Scarlett. Like somebody mentioned that academy don't produce strikers like Kane and Vardy anymore. You have Dane Scarlett and somebody like Troy Parrott into the system, coming into the system. I think our under
I
20
mean
and
they
under
both
18s
they
are
are
also
just
doing well.
I think I do not know what happened there. I know Mourinho and Conte have praised Dane Scarlett, but I do not know because I just feel he's just a very short player.
Yeah,
And it's like how many short strike? I think Julian Alvarez is one.
yeah,
He's a remotably small striker, so it'll be interesting to see. But I don't see Scarlett or Troy Parrott both really fitting in. It's
right.
always been that anomaly because they are just small in size. I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jamie Donnelly again is an academy. He's not a striker. He's number 10,
striker is the number 10. Yeah,
yeah, and he's pretty. He's not very short or small. So
yeah,
it goes to. I don't think Tottenham will be in the market for a striker. I think like even Brennan Johnson is not a guaranteed starter on left wing
yeah,
or right wing.
yeah.
So I feel hopefully I don't know. Let's see a left wing, a good left wing, a good centre back.
We need one center back definitely this season. If not in January next season. So I'll talk about like January and summer window together. Kind of like
Hmm.
five players we definitely need. One is center back. We definitely need him. We need one
Hmm.
Madison replacement. Replacement in the sense Madison
Hmm.
backup, not a replacement, but we
Yeah.
need a Madison backup, right? We need a left winger. We need again on the right if like whatever Brennan Johnson can play on both the sides, but Kulusevski also sometimes need that backup. We currently don't have anybody at all. On the left, we
No.
have Brennan Johnson, we have Son who can play there, we had Perisic, we had Richarlison, Manners Sullivan. So we
Perisic
have five,
is a way bigger loss than people are
right?
perceiving it to be.
Yeah.
Because if
When
Richarlison is there, you need someone to cross the ball, and nobody in the team can cross the ball.
Exactly. It's one of the first, like I my one of my first videos on the channel was exactly about this, that Perisic and Richarlison coming into the second half, 70th minute, 75th minute,
Yeah,
and suddenly we have a different dynamic into the game. Because generally
100%.
what we do is like trying to build from the center and trying to attack from the center to be in the box and take shots from there. Where when Perisic comes in, suddenly our wing play starts coming into the picture. Currently, we don't have a good crosser of the game of the ball.
I think right now the best crosser perhaps is Pedro Porro. I would say
Right?
he's
Yeah.
he put, but yeah, I think it
Madison
remains. I
also.
think Madison also, but like from the wings and all, is
From the wings, so definitely Pedro Porro only. Yeah.
yeah, and I think by now I'm starting to lose faith in Richarlison also.
Yeah.
I think it's the Soldado effect on him. I feel it's like it's
Yeah.
dude again Luton. I think he got one on one. Which other striker you can't put it in the center, and then
Yeah.
you had one almost open at the far end.
Yeah.
Which the silver lining from that is that he has the intellect to get into this position first hand. But the other part is also like it feels like at some point the team is carrying him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it remains to see. I think in number 10, I don't think you're getting any 23 24-year-old coming in. You have to find a profile like a Perisic who's okay playing 15 games a year.
Yeah.
I think
Somebody
in the
like
right.
Hatate, if you watch Celtic or have been watching Celtic highlight or something, Hatate is a player that this Ant Postecoglou only brought there when he wanted Mitoma, but he couldn't get. And Hatate can play in the center as well as on the left wing.
But it's
So
like how many players from Scottish League have come to English Premier League and done well. So it's also I think the quality
probably
drop off
just
is very high.
Robertson came from the Scottish league, I guess,
Okay,
if
I
I'm
think
not wrong.
Van Dyke also did.
Yeah, yeah.
Van Dyke
So
played for Celtic.
yeah, and I don't think it's like the drop off is so bad. Like if the player is good, you can like then make them
No man, I
customize.
think that Carton, whatever Cameron Carton Vickers, he went to Celtic and
Yeah,
he's playing like Van Dyke there. So I do feel like it's a big
yeah,
drop off. It's
yeah. True.
so
But
I
yeah,
think
I think
that's
I kind of and this talent idea I somehow trust because when he bought Hatate, he wanted Mitoma, and he bought Hatate
yeah.
because Mitoma went to Brighton and he wanted somebody in the similar
Hmm.
profile. So if that is to take any clues from, I think he can still do better. Like for example, Jota, man. Jota, of course, we are saying that he played in Celtic, but we can see that he has talent, enough talent to just come here and play well.
Yeah, he's the perfect winger. He's played well, but
Yeah,
let's see. I think there could be more options. I feel by Jan.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
think the dream signing would be Rafael Leo, but there's no way he's coming.
yeah,
But I don't know. I feel the best number 10 squad player right now could actually be Ericsson. He could
yeah.
come and now just be on the bench, play 10 games, and then just put like do what he can, and I think that would be great. I feel, but he's not gonna come, and I hope he doesn't come. I don't like going to previous players.
No, no.
That's
Now
so much
it will
like
become unnecessary toxic. Like if it doesn't perform, then like players will turn on him again, and then he just loses his legacy at Tottenham for some reason. And bro, number
yeah.
nine, like you talk about Richarlison, I just remember this. So I think Adebayor, when he went, he put some juju on our number nine jersey. After that, bro, matlab, of course, Soldado was still there when he was there,
No,
but he had
Bale
a
played
different
very
jersey.
well with this. Bale played very
Adebayor
good
was
with number 9.
Adebayor wore number 10, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he
Or
wore number 10.
yeah, but he put some juju on that jersey because Soldado came same period. He played bad. Then we got Jansen, Victor Jansen. He played bad. Then we got another striker. I forgot the name of before.
Lorente.
No, Lorente wore 18. There was one more player or one more striker that we had bought who was also equally bad.
For number 9.
Yeah, yeah. Right after Jansen, we got a number nine somebody, and he was equally bad. I just miss out on his name. Like I forget his name.
Victor
Then that
Janssens.
number nine went to Bale, and unfortunately,
Wait, wait,
Jose
wait, wait. I
Mourinho
want
did not
to.
play Bale well. Like he did
Oh,
not
Vinicius
play on
Junior.
Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior was when Bale was there. Vinicius Junior, I think, wore 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's some weird name, bro. I'll look for it and I'll tell you. 2017-18 we had a striker like because your Lorente wore 18 number. I definitely remember that. There was one more player right after Victor Janssen that we bought, and something bad. Then after Kane we got Richarlison. I think number 9 nobody wore after Bale, if I'm not wrong, or somebody did.
Number nine,
And
I
then
think now Richarlison is wearing it, no?
yeah. But before Richarlison from like Bale, those 2 years I don't remember who wore our number 9. So it's just that bad, bro. It's just really bad. I think we should retire that number now because whoever wears number 9 jersey is just bad at Tottenham currently.
Man, I don't know Richarlison. Like I want him to do well, but again, like he's also I don't know. He's put on too much muscle. I feel like he's lost his agility. Like you see him in his Watford and Everton days, he's so like he's so lean. Now he's become like one big block of muscle. So I
Yeah,
don't know how that helps him.
yeah.
But whatever, up to him.
Yeah, Mohit is saying, can't believe I'm listening someone talk about Tottenham for an hour. I don't think you're a Tottenham fan, but thank you so much for joining and listening to us because I think Tottenham currently is so good. I was just thinking okay, if I had started this channel last season, it would have been just like Arsenal fan TV, just ranting and ranting that this is
Yeah,
going so bad, this that's going so bad. And currently we have just so much positive things, so many positive things to talk about. So
yeah.
finally,
Because
bro,
I feel,
yeah, go ahead.
like I feel the first 11. If you see Tottenham, like if you make everyone's first 11 stay
Yeah,
fit, like in a hypothesis, I feel Tottenham first 11 is as good as anyone's.
yeah,
I feel like I feel Vicario right now is one of the best keepers in the league. The whole back
yeah,
four is one of the best. Perhaps uh, the
yeah.
attack could be better on the especially the left side of the attack. First manager to get sacked. That's interesting. But wait, yeah, I feel let's. So I think on a positive note, if nobody gets injured, and but yeah, I think that's on a better. I think the if things go bad, things going bad is basically Madison gets injured, Romero or Van de Ven gets injured, right? On a positive, but things going good would be or becoming better would be like everyone stays fit, and then Lo Celso comes and plays how he was playing in preseason. Then Bran Gill
Bentancur,
plays.
yeah,
Bentancur comes and he somehow has the same touch, which is very hard. Or Bran Gill comes and what do you say? Plays how he's supposed to play. Brennan Johnson. At, like I've not seen of Brennan Johnson. I don't know what he does other than running in a straight line. So all of that, let's say,
yeah. I was reading that thread again, bro. Invert the wing that Twitter
yeah, I
account
get.
that generally just
He is
speaks about
something,
them.
man. He is
Yeah.
something.
He's how can you just be so accurate for like most things that you speak about? Like I read that tweet and sometimes like the threads and I realize, oh fuck, yes, I hadn't never thought about this. Uh,
He's like there are something which even in my head I've been like Kulusevski does not have the space to be on the right wing. You can play number 8, which is but sometimes
yeah,
he will say that I expected two to draw or expected
yeah,
this and it's like okay, cool,
yeah.
good one.
And Luton, bro, for example, everybody was expecting like
Yeah,
Tottenham to like blow Luton apart. Everybody had gotten Tottenham के तीन assets in the Premier in the FPL.
yeah.
सॉन को कैप्टन बना के रखा था कि 3 गोल तो मार ही देंगे टॉटनहम 5-0 से जीतेंगे
No,
दिस गाय
that is
जस्ट
stupid because
या
Son is there's nowhere to run behind.
right
So it's
but
also
but if you think about it we could have just scored 3 goals in the first 10 minutes only because it wasn't as if that they stood back or like they stood deep at all times. They were also pressing us nicely in the first 5-10 minutes. We could have just killed the game right then and there. But this
yeah.
guy just randomly replies on some
Richarlison.
tweet saying that I think Tottenham will win an ugly 1-0. And then I see the score, it's fucking 1-0.
Also, I think he also claims to be that he's a manager or whatever. He's got a license and all, which
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
makes like at one point he said Tottenham can still play 4-3-1-1,
yeah,
and they will get this, and that's exactly what they did. And I was like, it's it's like because I feel usually it was a very I've never seen someone just say they'll play 4-3-1-1 and then they
yeah,
played 4-3-1-1, and I
yeah,
feel it was a great idea to play Kulusevski as a lone number 9
yeah,
because because Son does not have a hold up game, right? He can't hold the
yeah,
ball. But every time Kulusevski was getting the ball, he was taking to the byline, waiting for others to come. Then Papesar, who I feel is a great runner, then
yeah,
Udogi, and everyone is joining him. and you're retaining the ball. So I feel it's good. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. We'll talk about, like, before we go, like, just last two questions that I have for. Of course, we'll take this first. First manager to get sacked. I think it's between two for me, if you ask me. Uh, looks like somehow Vincent Company for me. Although they have gotten so well under him, he got him the promotion and all. But after getting the promotion, he just looks clueless currently. And the way
They're last,
I
no?
expect, they are 17th, I guess. No, they are 18th. Burnley are 18th, and they're below Luton, man. Which Luton, like, actually looked like a very bad team when they started playing.
Yeah.
Burnley looks clueless in the sense that Vincent Company thinks that it's still the championship and is trying to take the game to everybody. It's not gonna work out for them. So that's one thing. Rest, I think what some I think I don't think Ten Hag will get sacked. I don't think Pochettino will
Tena
get sacked.
Pochettino are not getting sacked.
Yeah, yeah.
I think this could be
Cha-
the season where least managers get sacked historically.
yeah,
I feel.
yeah. Only probably a single, like one or maximum two managers I see getting sacked. Generally, we see like 4, 5 managers getting sacked throughout the season. Wow, Watford's not here anymore. Otherwise, we would have seen like at least 3 managers in the
They
same
have
season.
sacked it. They have sacked it in the championship. I think.
Yeah, but I think they have given the contract extension to Watford manager now. They are doing
Oh,
really
okay.
bad, but somebody had posted that the HLTCO, that Crystal Palace account on Twitter,
Yeah,
that guy had
yeah,
posted that finally they have seen so many people trolling Watford and they tried a new way this time around, where they offered a new contract to the manager. But yeah, there is one more question, man. Abhijit se aaya hai. Joel, what made you a Spurs fan? I wanted to ask you at the very beginning, but then I thought that let this first get all the uh, Tottenham
yeah.
things
I
get
think it
sorted.
was. It was basically. I just like a very short story would be. I just turned the TV on, and I think when I was 9 year old,
Yeah,
because I think my school shifted from morning school to afternoon. Sorry, afternoon school to morning school. So
yeah,
I didn't have school in the evening, so I would just turn on whatever, and everyone would be just supporting United, blah blah blah, and it just
yeah,
would feel noise to the ears. And I think the whole thing about Tottenham is you just know there's vibes to it, man. At the end of the day, which like it's just fun.
yeah,
And I was like, yeah. So I think it's just like I saw them once, and then I think that time I used to see it on the newspaper, their scores or something, and I would see how are they playing, whatever, and I think yeah, it just happened. There's no
yeah.
like sensational story behind it.
Yeah, I think most people just watch one Tottenham game and they just fell in. I
Yeah,
think the early Tottenham fans, right? Fans
yeah,
that became between like 2008 say 2012 ke beech mein, they just saw that one game and they just fell in love with the team. There's one more
yeah. It's
question, and somebody's asking you if you are going to be there in the 442 stream tonight as well.
no, I don't
Uh,
think so. I have to go out now.
all
Might
right.
watch Fukre 2, 3, whichever
Fukre
one
2,
it
yeah,
is.
I heard that it's an average movie though, so I don't know. So
Yeah,
yeah, man, yeah. And last thing before you go, Joel, your top four prediction. Of course, that's the main thing. A lot of people have been asking this right from the start,
I would say, I would say City.
right?
I would say City. I want to say Tottenham. Okay, I'll say City, Tottenham, Arsenal, or Liverpool. I just have a unpopular opinion. I don't think Liverpool is gonna do well for long periods of time. They have a, I don't know. I just don't trust their midfield yet, and their right side. They have clear. Liverpool has clear holes, man, in their team. It's not, it's like you don't need to see much. They
Yeah,
don't. They don't have. Still don't have a number six in the team technically,
yeah,
who's good. They don't have their right back does not defend.
yeah,
Uh so yeah, I mean, but they're again, dude. They are the center back is are very good.
yeah,
But I think Liverpool will make four. I feel because Liverpool
yeah,
at some point will start, okay. Even Tottenham at some point will start sliding. But I feel Liverpool are more, and Klopp's ego is like he'll never play pragmatic.
yeah, yeah.
And but I just
Liverpool,
hope
Liverpool ka, I think
Tottenham.
the midfield is going to be the main problem because I was seeing the game against Brighton yesterday,
Mhm.
and their midfield was nowhere to be seen.
It's they.
Uh,
It's like you can say anything, but there are some fundamentals you need in a team. Like that's why
yeah,
you need a Bissouma or a Rodri or a Declan Rice who will need to control the ball. So perhaps again you give out on something like those diagonal balls and all. But again,
yeah,
you can like that's more coachable trade. I feel than something you can just do what do you say naturally. I feel which
yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't have a profile, your midfield is going to be run over. And
Right.
I hope that
And
happens to Liverpool.
McAllister is not a natural DM. I think the only DM that they have is Endo, who's again a little older, first season in in Premier League. Uh, Difficult system to get acclimatized to very quickly. It's not an
Yeah,
easy system where you can just put on your boots and just go on the field. So
yeah.
that way, I feel that Liverpool might struggle in a sense. So, but they have got a good start so far, right? They have now gotten a draw against Brighton. They have beaten Newcastle, and I think it was Newcastle away, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
And then they have, of course, lost against Tottenham, but draw against Chelsea. So they had one of the tougher fixtures amongst like the top four teams currently that are top four today. City had like a very easy run. Arsenal has had a easy run so far. Tottenham, of course, has had a comparatively easy run in the sense that we haven't played Newcastle, Villa, Brighton, City,
but also
Chelsea.
Tottenham has played only 3 games at home till now.
Yeah, yeah.
So and
Which
going
is
away
the same
to
with
Brentford,
Liverpool.
Sheffield is not easy.
Yeah, it is the same with Liverpool. Liverpool have played 5 away games so far and only
Yeah.
3 at home. So it's gonna be very interesting to see here.
Hmm.
Just so yeah, what you're saying is there was one more question that somebody had asked you, that who do you think Raj has asked, who's gonna win the PL this year according to
I
you?
think City only, man. I don't think. I would want Tottenham to win, of course. Why not? But I don't think City, man. In January, I feel De Bruyne will come, and they will just win 17 games in a row, and they will shut the league. It's not the first time we are all being trapped into.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I
they're a
think.
monster team. I think they will give hopes to everybody, every single player, every single club they will, and fans they will go give hope to. I don't want Arsenal to win the league. It will be unbearable. And if at all this goes into a North London kind of a like title charge or something, my
That'll
heart
be
is
the
not
worst.
ready for this, bro.
Yeah.
My heart is just not ready for this. Also, I'm planning
No.
to go this season, bro. My first trip, and I'm planning in April only, when we are playing City and Arsenal at home in back to back weeks.
Those are good
So
games to go to.
yeah, and exactly after that we are playing Liverpool away, Anfield. So if I like somehow manage and like the away ticket also, which is very difficult. So three great games of back to back, and if we are in the title race till then already, man, I'll just fucking die there. Especially if it is a North London league charge or a title charge.
Yeah.
But I don't want Arsenal to win. I think it's going to be between City and like City only. I would, if Tottenham has to win, this looks like the best season for
Yeah.
us, because we are just playing in the league one game a
In the
week.
league.
City, Arsenal can keep fighting with each other. Liverpool don't look that strong this season to win the league so far. I'm not saying that they will be thereabouts, but losing points against Tottenham, losing points against Brighton will probably come to bite them in the ass eventually. And uh, Chelsea again not there. United not there. I don't think Newcastle, Villa, they have the acumen to actually go for the title. So not that Tottenham has, but at least Ange has won things wherever he has gone, and he knows how to go for the title challenges. So
Yeah, Newcastle. I don't know. They are a boggy team still. So even
yeah,
they are beating PSG 4-0 and then they are losing to some team. So,
yeah, yeah.
anyways, sure.
So yeah, I think my top four also stays almost pretty much the same. In no particular order is City, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Arsenal. Rest of the teams, I don't see any surprise in this. And this year, I think it is top five that is going into the Champions League.
Yeah,
So probably Newcastle can come into that fifth. I don't think Chelsea or United will both make top five this season for some reason.
yeah, they are not doing it.
Yeah, yeah. But yes, thank you so much, Joel. Thank you so much
Thanks,
for
man, for
joining.
having me.
Yes, yes.
Thank
And
you.
what we'll do is thank you guys. Thank you guys. All the guys who are still on the stream. Please again like the stream, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Joel. I've put in Joel's Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram links in the description. You would love his content. I'm pretty sure of that. Thank you so much. And yes, come on, Spurs.
Thanks, man. Thank you.